Morning, class. I am sending you one of your last videos for the semester, and this is for your final assignment that you need to complete for class. So, right now your final document is listed under topic 8, and it says final document questions. Your responsibility is to do the following. Open that document up and prepare the 8 questions that are associated with the final project / exam / whatever you want to call it. You have between Wednesday morning all the way through to Thursday at midnight. This will be completed Thursday at midnight, which would be your last day of class as far as I'm concerned. So that will give me Friday to grade and get your grades in. Now, I have made this document as easy as possible with the questions that are on there. I'm going to quickly go through each and every question on here, and I will post one other video to help you through some of the other things. Now, as I always say to you, please keep in mind, read your directions, okay? There's directions at the very top of this for you to read. It does give you some instructions. It says, do the following 8 questions using Excel and email me your answers. This collection of questions will be the final exam. Keep in mind these questions are not timed, but need to be in my email by Thursday, 5/14 by midnight. No exceptions. This will give you guys 2 days to complete this assignment. If you do not submit your work, you are making a decision to skip 100 points towards your final grade. The following questions are not hard to complete and should be started only after listening to the video concerning this assignment. If you don't listen to my video, you will have a hard time completing them correctly. There will be multiple videos for you to listen to, most likely one video for each of the pages of this assignment. Keep in mind, you can do this. Try. All right. First question and question 2, we had homework assignments on those 2. Those should be pretty easy to complete. And again, the other thing I want to point out, if you're going through a question, you have the ability to look back in Vanco Hall and on prior videos for these answers. There's nothing that I'm going to ask you for that you shouldn't be able to either A, find in a prior video, or B, find in the other video that I will upload concerning the second and third pages of this assignment. Okay? Question 1 and 2 should be very easy. You shouldn't have a problem with that. You should be able to answer those. Okay? Question 3 is something that's kind of new. It is the second part of chapter 16 and 17. And it talks about inventory. Now, I want you to keep in mind there was 3 inventory accounts that we started to talk about. There was materials inventory, work in process, and finished goods. They're all asset accounts. Every inventory account is an asset account. So remember your rules for an asset account. They go up with a debit, they go down with a credit. Okay? So as you can see here, I'm asking you for 3 pieces of information. I'm asking you for the 3 ending inventory values. 1 for materials, 1 for work in process, and 1 for finished goods. Now, I will also post a Excel document, which is completed, that is a template for you to follow in figuring this information out. Please pay attention to that document because that not only has the template for figuring out the ending inventory values for what I'm asking for here, but there's a way to go about doing it. You need to add and subtract certain numbers. So on that Excel document, you will see that some categories are typed in blue and some are typed in red. Those that are typed in blue, you would add those numbers. Those that are typed in red are subtracting numbers, okay? Please refer to the Excel document listed below this exam question for that information, okay? Using that template, you should be able to answer question 3. All the information that you need is there, okay? Moving on to question 4. Question 4 is asking you to complete 6 journal entries. Actually, it'll be 7 because the last journal entry is 2 of them. If you look in the chapter 17 slides, you will find journal entries that are listed in there. I have listed those journal entries on the Excel document right below the answers for question 6. So if you use that document and look at those journal entries, all you really need to do is just plug the numbers in correctly. Okay? So question 4 should be a pretty easy question for you to go ahead and prepare. All you need to do is follow the journal entries. Now, journal entries can be found in 2 places. They can be found on the Excel document, and they can be found in Chapter 17 slides. Either way, they should be in the same order, so on and so forth. Okay? They're there for you. Question 5 is asking you to use your Chapter 21 slides, which I have opened up. It's pretty simple. It's just an explanation. It says, using your slides for Chapter 21, list 2 reasons why budgets are important. If you can't find the answer to that in Chapter 21 slides, then we have bigger issues than we ever expected. Chapter 6, or number 6 that you see here, says using Chapter 21, slide number 7. So I'm telling you exactly what slide to look at. Use the information below to prepare that budget. Now, when I tell you to prepare a budget, I want to see your heading. I want to see your date. I want to see the budget you're preparing. Those are your heading lines. And just set it up the same way that Chapter 21, Slide 7 has listed there. Really, you're just pretty much repeating exactly what Slide 7 says, but with the numbers that I gave you here. So you can see I gave you first, second, third, and fourth quarter number of units that were sold. And then I also gave you the selling price per unit below that. Just complete the sales budget with your totals and everything and make it look just like slide number 7. Question number 7. Okay. What you're doing on question number 7 is the same thing you did for question number 6, except this time you're doing what we call a projected sales budget. That means we are looking into the future and trying to say that our company is going to actually make or sell, well, in this case, sell more units. And the number of units that are going to be sold is going to be a percentage. Okay, so you're going to have to figure out how to increase the number of units sold, but I'm also increasing the selling price per unit. Now, for those of you, it's just an increase. So your budget for number 7 should be higher total-wise than your budget for number 6. Keep in mind, a projected budget is something looking into the future. It's not written in concrete because you don't actually know how many units you're going to sell. This is a projection. When you project something, you're hoping for something. All you guys are hoping for A's in this class. Okay? But when the rubber hits the pavement, that's when you actually will get your grade. So if you're hoping for an A, but you only did D work, getting an A is probably not what you're going to get. Okay? But if you're projecting for an A and you did A work, then chances are you're going to get your A. All right? So projections are numbers that are hoping to hit for next quarter. Every time a company on the stock market releases earnings, they always have a projection for their earnings for the next quarter. That stock price will go up and down next quarter if they hit those earnings or if they miss those earnings. If they hit their earnings next quarter, the chances are the stock price goes up. If they don't make their sales for the quarter, the stock price goes down. Okay, so that's why a projected sales budget is something of some importance. One of the last questions I have on your document here is question number 8, and it says, what is a cash budget? What is the purpose of it? Now, there's nothing listed in the slides about this, so you got to research it. But just Google the answer. I'm not asking for a page-long explanation. I'm asking for maybe 2 sentences. Okay? Put it in your own words. So as far as I'm concerned, you have 8 questions. No offense. I know there's going to be some of you that are going to be flipping out. But these 8 questions should take you no longer than maybe an hour tops. Okay? So if you have any questions, please email me as soon as possible, but I don't feel that there should be any questions on any of these. These are very simple questions. These are things that you've been doing. These are things that you should be able to deduct and finish. Again, please make sure that you understand you're going to submit this to me via email. Okay? Each and every one of you will send me an email with this document attached. You're to complete it on Excel. Again, you need to have this in my email by midnight. There are no exceptions. Okay? That gives you all of today and all of tomorrow to get this thing completed. So please make sure that you get this emailed into me. Again, there is no exceptions. Okay? You not doing this final assignment is you telling me that you want to skip 100 points of your total points for the semester. All right? Let's get this done, please. Okay? So that's the video on instructions. And I will be posting another video just talking about the Excel document that you are to open and have with you while you're doing this. Now, keep in mind, the last thing I want to mention to you is that if you're using your slides to complete this, I'm not sitting there next to you holding your hand and telling you not to cheat. Just do what you've got to do. Signing off.